Hey guys, Coldbrew here. Welcome back to another raid video. I hope you're all having a great day. This will be a little bit different than the usual videos, no gameplay and stuff, but we're gonna deep dive into what we wish we had in Raid Shadow Legends, because I saw an interesting post over on Reddit where the community usually is more active with the comments, and they had this sort of theme in there. I'm gonna give you guys some of my thoughts on things that Raid should have added by now, because we need more quality of life stuff, right? 6 years of Raid seems insane, so might as well get started with that. Let's jump in the post already. So what was the title? If you had the power to change any one thing to the game and Plarium had to listen to you, what would you do? What would that thing be? All right, so this guy says, I would want Dungeon Divers events to include all things under dungeon section. That includes the Iron Twins, Potion Keeps, Minotaur, Sand Devil, and Shogun. I completely agree with this because it does make sense, since that's the dungeon side of the game, right? And then we have the top comment for this one, which said basically no particular order. Hearts 10 stages cannot draw blues. Suffering's extra turn skill does not reduce devour counter. So the first thing with the blues on the dungeons on hard mode, you guys know how difficult it is to push dungeons, especially hard mode 10 of Fire Knight. It's an insanely difficult dungeon. I do it like a minute 8, a minute 30 is my average, I believe. And when you get a 5-star rare, it's just it's stupid. It's stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it, guys. So I obviously would love to not have 5-star gear here, but rares are really dumb. 5-star rares are really dumb. They shouldn't have been included in the loot table for this one. I definitely agree with the poster on that one. And then about the Devour Head on the Hydra, eating up your champions when it does take that double turn, it just messes up your Hydra run. So although I agree it's not that crucial, I mean, it does give you that sense of urgency to get your champion. So for this one, I would say I don't need it at all. I would love to this, but yeah, I don't need this. Amy's replaced with the pile of loot. No, I like the challenge of Amy's, to be honest. So I would love Amy's to stay at ease. I love the challenge, but some things that I would change in Amy's would be the one that basically makes one of the masteries, which cycles through your cooldowns, and it's a 5% chance, and that triggers Amy's attack on his second form. I would just remove that if I could. Ram 4 no longer reflects damage when under fear. They should have made Ram form a little bit more manageable, to be honest, because the reflect damage is just too strong in there. But yeah, sure. Primal shards cannot summon rares. Yeah, for how expensive they are, they shouldn't have had rares, or at least the rares shouldn't have had such high chance of dropping. It should have been higher chance for epics in there. Subset chance can be converted to any other type at a 5-to-1 ratio. Sure, yeah, I would love to have that, but honestly, these are not the things that if I had the power for one thing to change in Raid, would I put it on this one? Definitely not. So out of all of these, I think the hard stage 10, where no more blues would drop, would be the one that I would love for. A wish list for pulling shards. So this one I've told Plarium so many times, guys, before, and I just do not understand on why we don't have this, right? You see, guys, the wish list here. Why is this sort of wish list not available here forever? I know we have the progressive chances, but we should have had a wish list already forever here. Just a wish list forever. It doesn't have to be increased chances, but the wish list should have been like a progressive 10x maybe, or I would say to have the progressive, but maybe not 15x but 10x, and then it goes all the way to 20x. That would have been nice. We're reaching 1,000 champions soon. 2025 might be the year for 1,000 champions in Raid, probably, and we just don't have a guaranteed way to get our champions yet. So this wouldn't be a guaranteed way, but it would get you there. So definitely agree with that one. Let's go over to the next comment and see. These are very generic, but Arena needs to be balanced around counterplay that's skill, build, knowledge based, and not RNG shitfest. So Stone Skin buff could carry an additional resistance, so it can still be stripped if I bring accuracy up or build a stripper with insane accuracy. Okay, so Polymorph would be revamped. Monthly stat correction to balance the meta. Relics would be displayed in Arena. Plarium is trending towards heavily pushing the live arena because it's drives spending more than any other content. So basically this post here is all about Arena. Although I definitely agree that Arena would need to have some sort of way to reduce RNG. We all know how bad RNG is with Raid Shadow Legends, guys. Every single aspect of the game, and I'm talking every single aspect of the game, has RNG involved. Even when you deal damage with your champions, if you guys don't know it, your champions can deal up to 120% of the damage they normally deal on an enemy because it's RNG. Or I believe it's either 120 or 110 and or 90%. So they can do more or less damage than they are built for. So imagine that. Imagine this variance of damage not existing. You would have more consistency with your runs. Okay, you could build your champions a little bit, you know, better. There's RNG with applying debuffs. There's a 3% chance to be resisted. Okay, unless you have an unresistible debuff. There's the weak hits, so that's 35% chance. There's the loot. You drop loot, there's an RNG on everything. You drop the loot, then there's RNG on leveling up the item. There's RNG on the glyphs you get. There's RNG on leveling up the glyphs. There's no guaranteed way to get a maximum upgrade on your glyphs. There's RNG with their champions. I can go on. I believe I made a video in the past about RNG in the game and just stating every single thing that has RNG. I think the video was like 20 minutes long. So I don't want to do this again. Let's move on to the next one. But yeah, less RNG would be amazing. But for Arena, okay, this I would love. This is my one wish. Okay, guys, I know you're gonna be with me and you're gonna say it down in the comments. Especially if you're somebody who is a little bit bored with how many runs you're doing in Classic Arena and Tag Arena. Okay, Classic Arena here should be halved to 5 tokens. Okay, my opinion. And then 1 win would give you double the rewards that it gives now. So instead of +4, +8, +4 to 6, it gives +8, +16, +8 to 12. All right, as a win. Or if you get a loss, it counts as what 2 losses would have counted before. Okay, this just makes it so much better for everyone. And then the same thing goes for Tag Arena. You get a win. Okay, you get double, right? Double the rewards, but you don't have to do 10 tokens. Why is it so difficult? I just don't understand. Why is this so difficult, Plarium? This would help a lot of players finish their Great Hole bonuses. I know lots of players out there just haven't finished this still, and they're playing for like 2 years now. It's just not that easy to do unless you're spending all your time in Classic Arena plus doing refreshes. I would say something about Live Arena, but this is their new fancy thing, so I doubt they would ever change this. But let's carry on. Let's read a few more of these because I kind of like them. It gives you like an opinion of what the community is frustrated with after playing this game for so long. So at this point, Plarium has set the bar so low that even my fantasies are low expectations. With that being said, move the refresh button in the market so it isn't right next to the X. It's so pretty that they did that knowing people would accidentally spend 5 gems. Yeah, they're planning on moving this. Actually, they did say this is coming in an update. So this guy must not read that. To give Plarium credit, they've been doing a lot of good things over the years. Sure, but honestly, Plarium needs to triple their employees for raid. Just triple them. It's your cash cow. Okay, you gotta make them work. Because they should have had a devoted team for Arena, rebalancing Arena specific champions every single month, devoted team for the clan bosses, and a devoted team for dungeon stuff. And all of them would be putting time on everything. Okay, maybe devoted team for PvE, devoted team for PvP, and then a devoted team for champions. Right, and they communicate with each other so they have a balance when a champion comes out, and a champion works as intended when it comes out. Right. So, tag team arena thresholds change to a percentage of the total participating population instead of an arbitrary number. Okay, cool. This will make players go into Gold Arena easier. Amy's rework. Yeah, that's what I said before. So he doesn't trigger that weird attack when he does. Instant battles in old content, so like Doom Tower bosses, Faction Wars, Iron Twins. Maybe unlock the instant battle once the 120th floor is beaten on hard Doom Tower. Lydia is claimed in faction wars. Iron Twins 15 is clear. Null affinities, etc. Well, okay. The instant battles thing, they've said it multiple times in the past, and why they would never do it is because it would tell you that with that way you wouldn't want to make the fastest team possible. You just beat it and then it's instantly done, and then you wouldn't care to get champions that are good to clear those things faster, such as 5 newts or something. Okay, that is their wording, by the way. It's not mine as a creator. What I would love to see is something that is 4 times the loot, 5 times the loot. It makes sense for Doom Tower bosses. It makes sense for Iron Twin to have triple the loot. So instead of super raids, triple super raids. Okay, why not? I mean, it doesn't break the game at all. It just makes sense, player. And weekly clan quests revamp. So yeah, the clan quest should have been a little bit different, honestly, but I'm not too fussed about this. In-game chat system improvements. They have Discord, so they don't really care. It's like with other games in the past, they didn't bother adding these sort of chat systems because they knew there were alternatives in the market that still worked. So they said they'll use that instead. So more tools for clan leaders to track the progress of their members. Sure. Yeah, that could be nice. Siege needs work. Number of attack rolls should not be tied on high ranks. Okay, these are very specific ones. Nothing too crazy. I want some crazy ideas. So easily for me is I want a Minotaur hard. Yeah, that would have been nice to have basically the battles, because right now you need 155 battles on the Minotaur to max out one champion's masteries, about 155. So it's still kind of a lot in my opinion. If we have that, it's still a lot. I mean, even if you have a fast champion for that, I can do that in under an hour, but it's still very, very end game to do that. To be able to sort champions by dupes, I have others, but this one pops. 5,000 gear inventory, sure. No, that would make my job sometimes when I do like a takeover and I cleanse people's accounts of gear. It will make my job so much harder. People have already said some good, actually useful ones. So here's a wonky one. I'd like to be able to see some kind of replay or breakdown of defense battles in arena. Yeah, that would have been nice. Would have been nice. Or have live arena fights and be able to spectate them. So to be able to spectate those end game arena players who are right now at the top 5 or 10, to see their battles and how they do that. That would have been really nice, and bring commentary from the players and the community. I could actually sit down and just watch other players and commentate on how they're using their champions. That would have been pretty cool. I guess I would join in with another creator. We would talk about the champion picks as if we were watching it live, or if we could watch it live, even better. So instead of it being a streamer who does that, we could actually just watch the review or watch it within the game. That would have been pretty nice. Separate servers, one for whales and krakens, the other for rest of us. No, that doesn't work. They want you to be fighting the whales and krakens. That's how the whales and krakens do their spending, because they want to be just destroying you guys and then destroying also the lower spenders and the dolphins and all of that. The whales and krakens are kind of close together. Still, there's a difference, but they're still kind of close. And then if we go on to the next ones, there's nothing too crazy. I'm not gonna say, because also the upvotes that I see here are no crazy upvotes. So I don't think they went too heavy in their wishes here. But I told you guys my wish, and I've completed my Great Hole bonuses, and I don't even care to do Tag Arena. This is such a dead content, by the way. Tag Arena, it's the worst content they've put out by far. If I compare everything else we have in the game, it's the worst content they put out. I mean, even the potion keeps stage 20, they actually have a lot of usefulness having stage 20, because now you no longer can get the minor potions, the lesser potions here. It totally makes sense to farm that. Everything else is pretty cool. I mean, all of this is content that has its own strategy and stuff. Tag Arena has no strategy. Tag Arena is classic arena ×3. So this should be deleted. If I had the choice, actually, just delete it, right? That's it, guys, for today. Leave your thoughts below on what you wish to have in Raid. Thank you all, guys, for watching. Subscribe if you have not already and you did enjoy the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.